How many heart health myths have you heard? Most sound correct, but what's the truth? What are the real ways to overcome heart disease, diabetes, and genetic diseases? And which old school lessons were you taught that might need to be rethought? Did you know that science and research has actually disproven and debunked many health myths you might have assumed were totally true? That's why we think it's time to uncover the 5 most common but incorrect notions surrounding the health of your heart. Which tips, tricks, and supposed truths about your life, in and out of the kitchen, should you ignore? And what does science actually show about your favorite foods and your lifestyle? Stay tuned to learn the terrible truth of the most untrue heart health myths. Thanks so much for watching. We'd love if you liked and subscribed. To really show your appreciation, you can always click the thanks button. We've got 3 free gifts waiting just for you. Stick around to learn more. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. Here comes 5 heart health myths debunked. Myth number 5. Coconut oil is the healthiest cooking oil. Sorry, but no. In the last decade or so, coconut oil has made a huge splash in the cooking world. Touted for its healthy fat content, many health recipes began to implement this as the cooking oil of choice. But the science tells a different story. In fact, 90% of the fat content of coconut oil is saturated fat, the kind of fat associated with heart disease. Most solid at room temperature cooking oils, like coconut oil and butter, can supply more saturated than unsaturated fat, and in large doses. But that's not to say that coconut oil is terrible for you either. Studies show that certain coconut oils which contain medium chain triglycerides have been shown to aid fat burning. However, most scientists have concluded that the initial fad of coconut oil was based on a myth. It does not have extraordinary health benefits, and eating too much can be hazardous to your health. Olive oil is still considered to be the healthiest cooking oil. Just make sure you're keeping the heat at medium to low, and try to utilize the real deal, extra virgin olive oil, especially when you're in need of an oil away from the stove. So why not make it the base for your salad dressings? In moderation, extra virgin olive oil supplies mostly unsaturated fat, and research shows olive oil has the ability to reduce the LDL cholesterol levels of the foods cooked in this oil. Plus, thanks to the antioxidant and vitamin content within olive oil, it's also been shown to strengthen the lining of blood vessels, lower blood pressure, and it can even reduce the risk of strokes. So, while a small bit of coconut oil can still provide positive nutrition, it's best to stick with healthier cooking oils that are liquid at room temperature, especially extra virgin olive oil. Myth number 4. You can't avoid heart disease if it runs in your family. Untrue. Yes, you can acquire a heightened risk of developing heart disease due to heredity, but the danger truly comes from combining genetics with unhealthy lifestyle habits. While your family history starts you off at a baseline for how your body responds to your environment and your food, a more central health factor is still the quantity and quality of your food itself. Your genetics may mean that you put on weight just by looking at a slice of cake. But if you regularly eat a balanced and proportion-appropriate diet, you should still see health and weight management benefits. And remember, when it may seem like your genetics has set you up for failure, your family can also influence your health after you are born. If your parents tend to eat in an unhealthy manner, you may have been fed an unhealthy diet growing up. If either of your parents smoked, you undoubtedly inhaled certain levels of secondhand smoke, which heightens your risk of heart disease and lung cancer. So, the myth is not really true when you understand the truth. Your genetics may make you predisposed to developing certain conditions, but your environment and your lifestyle is the main driver of your health. A 2016 New England Journal of Medicine study concluded that making even small healthy changes to your diet and lifestyle, regardless of genetics, can reduce your risk of heart disease by up to 50%. So yes, what you eat, how much physical activity you get, and other factors, like if you smoke, can have a dramatic effect on your heart health. If either of your parents have high blood pressure, that may make it easier for you to also develop high blood pressure, unhealthy cholesterol levels, and obesity. But eating foods rich in saturated fat and added sugars, coupled with a lack of regular physical activity, will greatly increase your risk of heart disease. Regularly smoking and drinking only makes it worse. On the flip side, being good to your heart through your diet, exercise, and other positive environmental factors, even if you have a genetic history of heart disease, can vastly diminish your chances of developing heart disease. Plus, sleep quality, stress, medications, and your blood sugar balance can all also be contributing factors to your heart health. So, get enough sleep. Watch your stress levels. Be mindful of your blood sugar control, and in general, go for a healthy lifestyle in and out of the kitchen. Myth number 3. Eggs are bad for your heart. Actually, wrong. A single egg is about 80 calories, with 5 grams of total fat. About 1.6 of that fat is the more harmful saturated fat, but the remaining fat content is comprised of the very beneficial mono and polyunsaturated fats. In general, studies show that eggs, in moderation, can increase levels of heart-healthy HDL cholesterol without increasing, and in some cases decreasing, levels of the more damaging LDL cholesterol. Also, eating eggs in moderation has been found to lower harmful triglycerides. Plus, eggs supply a wide range of other needed micronutrients, like folate, riboflavin, selenium, and vitamin D. Eggs are also a great source of potassium, which has been shown to aid cardiovascular health. Indeed, your heart muscles utilize potassium to help trigger your heartbeats. Potassium also helps your kidneys filter your blood. Meanwhile, eggs also supply the beneficial carotenoid antioxidants, lutein and zeaxanthin, which may decrease the risk of diabetic retinopathy. Eggs are still high in cholesterol, however. Just one egg can give you over half of your recommended daily limit for cholesterol. That's why many doctors recommend limiting your intake of eggs to a few per week. But doctors also note that eating cholesterol-rich foods do not necessarily raise your cholesterol. Actually, your cholesterol is largely produced by your liver. If you eat more cholesterol, your liver will adjust the amount it produces. The science of eggs and our diet is always a topic of discussion, and that discussion is always shifting. For now, new studies suggest that for 70% of the population, eggs will not raise LDL cholesterol, while 30% may experience mild raises in their LDL and total cholesterol levels. That's why even the American Heart Association now recommends that adults can safely eat about 1 egg per day, or 6 to 7 eggs per week, without increasing their risk of heart disease. So there's a good chance that eating eggs, in moderation, can supply positive nutrition for you and your heart. Myth number 2. Having heart problems means needing to avoid exercise. Incorrect. While doctors will definitely recommend that you take a break from physical activity directly after a heart attack, they also note that it is important to work towards slowly strengthening your heart muscles. Regular cardio activity, like cycling, jogging, swimming, or even simply walking, can strengthen your heart and improve the health of your cardiovascular system, even if, and perhaps especially if, you suffer from heart disease. What doctors caution against, especially if you are dealing with heart problems, is overdoing your workouts. Medical professionals suggest that healthy people limit the time of their physical activity to about 150 minutes of moderate exercise per week, with about an hour or two of more intense strength training spread across the week. For those suffering from heart problems, doctors suggest starting slower and building up to a more intense weekly routine. So if you are worried about heart disease, try just 30 minutes of light physical activity a few times per week in the form of an after-meal walk. That should aid your heart health without fear of overexertion. Doctors also suggest at least 5 minutes of stretching or other warm-up activities before starting an exercise. Be mindful of certain symptoms while you work out, including dizziness, shortness of breath, or chest pain, And if you are over 60 and have experienced any heart-related issues, it's especially important to speak with your doctor before starting a new exercise program. Health professionals also suggest that those with heart conditions who enjoy outdoor activities limit their summertime exercise to either the morning or evening. And over the colder months, they recommend performing exercise indoors. That said, anyone and everyone should still utilize some level of physical activity to aid heart health. Studies show that regular physical activity can work to lower blood pressure and total cholesterol. Beyond improving heart health, physical activity has also been shown to increase blood flow to the brain, reduce the risk of dementia, prevent osteoporosis, aid weight loss, and it even helps to lower your chances of developing type 2 diabetes. So, what is the number one debunked heart health myth? The answer is just ahead. But first, let's get you your 3 free gifts. Discover a wide world of diabetes-fighting, nutrition-packed foods within our free ebook, Superfoods for Diabetics. Learn key secrets about diabetes and your health from leading medical experts in episode 1 of that diabetes documentary. And discover an entire library of easy and delicious diabetes-fighting recipes within our new cookbook, Snacks, Meals, and Desserts that lower blood sugar. You won't want to miss out on any of these 3 amazing free gifts. Simply click the link below to grab them all. Okay, it's time for today's top choice. Myth number 1. Avoid all fatty foods. Not true. In fact, we need fat, as it supplies essential fatty acids which the human body cannot make alone. So yes, we do need to consume fat, in moderation, with a balance of protein and carbohydrates. Multiple studies show that diets rich in unsaturated fats, especially when used to replace typical saturated fat foods, can work to improve blood cholesterol levels. Indeed, mono and polyunsaturated fats supply beneficial omega-3 fatty acids, which work to reduce harmful LDL cholesterol while improving levels of heart-helping HDL cholesterol. Olive oil specifically supplies the monounsaturated fat oleic acid. This type of fat doesn't just aid your heart health, it's also been shown to increase insulin secretion, and it can help your body fight inflammation. Other fatty foods, like nuts and seeds, will give you alpha-linolenic acid, another omega-3 fatty acid, which has been shown to lower the risk of heart disease by helping to maintain normal heart rhythm. Plus, many fatty foods give you flavonoids, antioxidants which have been shown to produce anti-diabetic effects. Fat-rich foods, including meat, dairy, and nuts and seeds, also supply you with an array of beneficial vitamins and other micronutrients, including calcium, magnesium, potassium, and zinc. The trick is to eat appropriate amounts of your unsaturated fatty foods. So, you could make a 2-ounce cut of grass-fed beef with a walnut salad, a 3-ounce serving of boneless, skinless chicken breast with a baked sweet potato, or even try a few slices of your favorite fresh sushi, like tuna or salmon, with veggie-rich miso soup. So, some fat is good for you, and in fact, essential for your heart health. Just be sure to choose the right kinds of fat. And always watch your portions. Well, now you can see the reality of healthy eating. Get the right kinds of fat, that being mono and polyunsaturated fats, and be sure to include a range of fiber-rich vegetables, plus digestion-slowing protein, either from plant-based sources, like nuts and beans, or via traditional meat-based sources, like chicken, fish, eggs, and dairy products, like cheese and milk. Did any of these myths debunked blow your mind? Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to grab your 3 free gifts by clicking the link in the description below. And if you liked this vid, please like this vid. Feel free to subscribe to Diabetes Smarts. And if you want, you can always show your support by clicking the thanks button. Now, we want to thank you for watching. We truly hope you're having a happy and healthy day.